Complete chaos in my apartment. Zong. So obviously I bought an exercise bike, and I also bought an airbed. Not just a box for an airbed. That I strew? What is the present? A thing can be strewn across the floor, but how does it become strewn across the floor? Surely somebody has to strew it or something. There's no actual light source in the bedroom room, so it was very difficult to show you this air mattress. Pixie started doing FMVs, and I am super excited about that because, as I've said a couple of times, I'm more interested in listening than talking because I am not interested in myself because I know a lot about myself. And, well, it's hard to say how interesting I am objectively because people always have like these weird complexes built up in their brains about self-assessment, and getting a reliable self-assessment out of a human being is just a lost cause. It's not a thing you can do out of anybody ever. It doesn't happen. But I do these videos because I like watching other people do them, and one of the people that I think is super interesting is Pixie, which is why I do the podcast and stuff. Grim is out, I think, probably, and I should probably see that so that we can do a podcast about Pacific Rim next week. We were unsure what we were going to do at the end of the last Nerd Talk, but in retrospect, we should have known about Pacific Rim because there's a point where we tried to see it. In fact, when we were going out to see Much Ado About Nothing, we were looking through movie listings, and we were like, alright, there's the Bling Ring, that's got Emma Watson. Is it Emma Watson? I think it must be Emma Watson. Pole dancing. And among other things, that sounds real crass to say that in a context where somebody might not necessarily know the angle I'm coming at this from. But Emma Watson is super cool, and in it she happens to be pole dancing. The heist movies are great. I'm a big fan of Ocean's 11, and we enjoyed Catch Me If You Can. Well, I enjoyed Catch Me If You Can. We enjoyed Now You See Me, which was the movie I actually meant to reference. Also, the Steam Summer Sale is on. I keep considering buying Scribblenauts Unlimited because it looks super fun, and Pixie played all the way through it. But it seems like there is a very finite amount of content in that game, which is weird because, like, the whole thing it does is the fact that it is crazy that there are as many words and interactions as there are. But for there being an infinite number of words and an infinite, not infinite, but you know there's a lot, number of interactions between words, there's a very small number of puzzles. And once you've solved each of the puzzles, you've kind of solved them forever, and there's no value in going back to them. Let's see, one day left before the weekend, which feels like a huge shame to leave my house in such a super big mess, but I'm probably going to do it because got places to be. I have a couple of Steam trading cards for Borderlands 2. I'm wondering, well, Steam is acting like I'm offline right now for no particular reason. See what the deal is with that, but I want to trade those cards away. I liked the Steam sale badges before there was the more robust infrastructure of the trading cards and the Steam levels and stuff. And I'm not quite sure how I feel about the introduction of the Steam levels. It's probably good, but it makes it seem less dumb because, there's, real measurable benefits. It's like putting karma more front and center in Reddit. The imaginary internet points are great, in part because of how imaginary they are. But that's not necessarily true because gamer score is like shit. Gamer score is awesome, and that is super front and center and prominent. But I don't know if the way it drops and trades, it forces trades, which, like Pokemon style, you need to have a friend who has the other game, who has another copy of the same game, or have 2 Steam accounts and just trade with yourself. But, yeah, that's a little weird. I would kind of like to be able to do that all single player, but on the other hand, there's merits in forcing people to socialize. I'm very conflicted about it.